Hello, welcome to this week's Guitar Learning Questions Q&A. My name's Ian O'Brien and this is a completely free video for my Facebook group, which is called Guitar Learning Questions. And what happens in the group is each week different members ask questions about their guitar playing, okay? And then I'll make a video once a week to answer that question. And so if you're interested in this and you think it's something that you'd like to take part in, just come on over to Guitar Learning Questions. Ask to join the group. I'll let you write in. You'll be able to have your own question answered in exactly the same way. There's quite a few different things going on in the group, and it's a strong guitar learning community, that sort of thing. So the question for this week, this one is an unusual question. It's from an older learner. Actually, most of the guys in the group most people in the group, because it's kind of mostly for adults learning guitar, but whatever age you are, you're very welcome. And Robert asked, he basically said, is there a finger exercise that we can do after 40 years of having our fingers wrapped around a steering wheel? Okay, so Robert's a professional driver, and this is where his question's coming from. He can get to the chord shapes, but his fingers don't go in the right place. Okay, so his fingers don't want to go in the right place behind the frets. And now, the thing with this is there's two issues here, okay? The first one is tension in your hands that prevents your fingers from moving as freely as possible. Now, the thing I'm going to say about the actual tension is, here's a quick exercise for that basically, is that while you're playing guitar, after gripping quite strongly, if you're a driver, professional driver, or if you're a rock climber or anything like that, you have to grip with your hands quite strong. Even rowers do this kind of stuff in a way that actually isn't helpful for playing guitar. Now, I'm not saying don't stop driving or anything like that, but we need to reteach our hands and the muscles of our hands to work in a slightly different way when we're playing guitar. Now, people often feel like the answer to their problems in the beginning is to grip tighter and use more strength. And now, it's usually not. It's usually not the problem at all. We actually want quite a delicate touch in order to fret the strings. So what this is about is, number one, it's about finger independence. Okay, so your fingers don't try to follow each other around the fretboard, which often happens, especially with your third and fourth. The second thing is it's about reducing the tension. So independence of your fingers and tension. So what you're going to do, I've got my guitar on my lap like this, so it's a bit of a table, it's acoustic. What I'm going to do is palm faced up, okay, is just practice. This is my fretting hand. I'm a right-handed guitar player, so it's my left hand. Is just practicing tweaking each finger on its own, okay? You're just pushing, you're using the pushing muscles to tweak your fingers towards you. Now, this sounds a bit silly, okay, but the idea is when you're playing guitar, that you don't engage the pulling muscles, and you don't have that tension and that fight between pushing and pulling as you fret a chord and then release, fret a chord and then release, okay? It's going to inhibit the movement of your fingers. So we want a completely relaxed hand and just practice this kind of tweaking motion of each finger on their own, okay? Now, I'm not saying hold your hand flat down and raise each finger. I'm not saying that. That is good for independence, but that is not good for tension. So you'll see some of my other fingers start to move a little bit as well, but it's the primary movements which we're talking about. Okay, so one finger at a time. When you can do that relatively comfortably, of course you can do this anywhere, use pairs of fingers, okay, the first two. Okay, just those two, then the middle two, and then the end two. Okay, and then you can do other combinations. There's 1 and 3, and then there's 2 and 4, okay? So you're just getting used to each finger moving independently so they don't get pulled around with the other ones at the same time as slacking off the tension on your hand. So you're not having this kind of war with the different muscles in your hand, the pushing and pulling as you grip the fretboard, which you will have developed by stuff like, you know, being a professional driver, having your hands around the wheel for a long time. So that's the size of it. I've been Ian O'Brien. This again is Guitar Learning Questions. If you want your question answered in this format, if you're learning guitar and you're an adult and you use Facebook, that kind of stuff, wherever you're watching this on the internet, okay, just come on over to Guitar Learning Questions. I'll let you straight in. You get to ask your own questions. You get to see all the videos that have been done so far, and you get to meet some really interesting people, cool people all learning guitar with a kind of solidarity, community, that kind of stuff. Anyway, I've been Ian O'Brien, and that's it for now. Thanks a lot.